Hello students, today I, Anju Sinha is here. First of all, I would like to welcome you all in the online classes of Gyaniketan. And I, being an economics teacher, I am here to tell you about the concept and what do we mean and why you are studying economics. What is economics? So first I would like to introduce the subject and the subject matter before you, and then we will move further. So economics is a branch of social science. So this because in class 9 you are studying economics for the first time. So first I would like to define economics with the definitions given by several economists. So economics is a branch of social science that deals with three main activities. And what are the three main activities? Number one is production, number two is consumption, and number three is distribution. And so many economists, they have defined the subject. And first of all, I would like to mention the definition given by Professor Adam Smith. Adam Smith, he is known as the father of economics. And why he is called the father of economics? Because he gave us the idea and he defined the subject. And he told that economics is the science of wealth. Arthashastra dhan ka vigyan hai. But later on, due to so many shortcomings in the definition, it was defined, or so many other economists, they defined it. And Marshall, then Robbins, and so many, they defined the subject in their own view or in their own perspective. Because according to this definition, the meaning of economics was very narrow one. So later on Robbins defined it, and which till date we are taking it or learning this definition as the best one. So what he said, that economics is not a science of wealth only. Means here we do not discuss or teach what is wealth or how it is earned. Because human welfare, human behavior and other things have not mentioned here. So economics is of course it is a science. It is a part of social science. But not only wealth we discuss here. We also discuss here that how the people, how they behave in various situations, and how their unlimited needs or desires are met with the limited means or limited resources. So economics, someone says that economics is a science of scarcity. Scarcity means resources are limited, resources are scarce, but our needs or desires are unlimited. So how people behave and how they meet their unlimited desires with limited resources or limited things that is available before us. So economics is a science of course, and it tells us about human behavior, how people meet their unlimited desires with limited resources, which has alternative uses. Means the resources are limited, but that can be used for many uses or many purposes. That we also have to discuss. So after that we will discuss about in class 9 there are 4 chapters that you have to study or that we have to teach you. Number 1 that we have already written here, the first activity is production. So chapter 1 is about production. It is a story through which you are going to learn what is production and why production happens and who decides or who takes decision what is to be produced and how it has to be distributed among the people. So production of course is a activity or it is a process through which the goods and services that we need that to fulfill our unlimited desires are met. So it is a process through which our wants or our needs are satisfied. So production is the process of making goods and services. And and whatever if they as per their needs or as per their affordability. So production is done with the help of so many requirements, but in a broader way, or in a to define it properly, what we have done, we have categorized those requirements into and called it factors. So there are 4 factors of production that we are going to discuss in chapter 1. Number 1 is land. Land means all the natural resources that we have to discuss, or that we require, whether we are producing on the farm or whether the production is doing on the in the various types of industries. So land or natural land and all the other natural resources that we require, that we use, that we exploit to produce the goods which people need for their various types of desires, or for their various types of needs. Second factor is called labor. Labor means all the people, those who will provide the work for production, whether it is skilled or unskilled. Then third type of factor, which we call physical capital. Physical capital of course money, but it includes all the inputs that is required in production, that is needed in production, and physical capital is further divided into 2 parts. First one is called fixed capital, and other one is called working capital. What is fixed capital? Fixed capital is the input which can't be finished, or which is not exhausted in the process of production, and it can be used for many years, and for several production activities we can use those fixed capital, and it includes machines, buildings, tools, etc. that we use in production for many years, and it is not finished up. Second one is working capital. Working capital gets exhausted, gets finished with the making of the goods, and again if we have to make the another good, we will again have to arrange or buy the working capital. It includes the raw material and the cash that we have to keep in our hand. Then last factor is called human capital. What is human capital? Human capital we will study in detail in chapter 2. Human capital means the people with their knowledge and skill. Means those people who have the ability to take the risk and to combine the other factors to give the output for the satisfaction of our wants. So human capital is the most important and very special type of capital, because this capital is very much required or needed to produce the output, to make the products and the services, so that the people needs could be fulfilled. So human capital we will give or it will be defined in the next chapter in a proper way. So first we have to see that why it is so important. So economics is a very important subject, because all the activities that is being or that is happening around us, it covers all those activities. It covers all the people's behavior, and why people are so busy, what they are doing in their life, who is going what and where. So all the activities that we do in our life is further divided or can be discussed by dividing it into 2 groups: economic activities and non-economic activities. So what are economic activities? All the activities that we do to earn money, and that we do to fulfill the needs of the people, and after creating the product we sell it in the market, it is valued in the market, and in this way we earn money. So activities which make us to earn money and to fulfill our needs are called economic activities. So economic activities can be classified into primary sector, secondary sector. Later on we will discuss all these things. And non-economic activities are not done to earn money. Means the motto or objective of non-economic activities are not to earn money. So economics is a very important and very fascinating and interesting subject. And this will help you to earn and make your future and to decide whether your activity that you are doing, it is a good positive one or not. Thank you. फिर मिलेंगे अब हम लोग अगले ऑनलाइन क्लास में.